They say last. Now everybody go try to break fast, but it's last launch. Man, oh man! Look, when I tell you this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good
Ah,
because
yo. Oh my bad. Go ahead.
you saying bye, yo, bye to the bay. I'm sitting down. I'm enjoying my vacation. Taking the kids out, so they have they last of the summer before school starts. And I get this message that come up on my phone. I'm thinking it's a prank. The Dallas Cowboys trade for Trey Lance, a fourth round pick at that. So I look, I say, nah, I don't really believe Bleacher Report like that. So I gotta go to my sources. I go to Refuse to Lose chats. I'm like, if it's not in the Refuse to Lose chat, I don't believe it. I go to the chat. I was like, oh, I know this was a sad post. I know Dave did not like this one. And it was there. So I was like, man, it went down like the countdown. Then I said, hey, Worm, you was right. So I'll go back. I'm on YouTube. I gotta go back and finish watching the show because I'm like my man Dave holding it down right now. This is a Good Friday episode. Him and JMO talking about the Dolphins. Right? And I'm like, Dave not gonna like this. Dave not gonna like this at all. So he reports it on the show. So again, I had my two confirmations. I had the show and I had the chat to say Trey Lance is officially a Dallas Cowboy for a fourth round 2024 pick. Dave, come on now. You said it. You've been talking about it for almost like 5 episodes. Or every chance you get, every lance you get, you just said something about it. How was you feeling when this happened, man?
I'm pissed. I'm pissed. First of all, I gotta talk about John Lynch first. Cause this made absolutely no sense to me. And his press conference. Well, it was in an interview, well, not necessarily a press conference, but he got asked about the Trey Lance trade. And this idiot pretty much said that we did what we did our best to make sure that we prepare him for what he was able to do. And in the same breath, he said that we didn't tell our offense catered to what he could do best.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Now, y'all have heard me multiple times on this show say that Kyle Shanahan did not tell our offense towards Trey Lance. A lot of people, kept saying that I didn't sound right. I sounded stupid. I didn't know what I was talking about. And now John Lynch comes out and pretty much says exactly what I said.
That's a fact.
Not only that, before the trade, Kyle Shanahan said that Trey Lance was going to start in the last preseason game. But we clearly see that didn't happen because he got traded. Not only that, he said that he gave him the day off because it was scheduled. No, Trey Lance took the day off because he was devastated because he found out that he didn't win the QB2 job against that Sam Darnold. Now, Sam Darnold's on my team, so I have to root for him. But I'm going to be honest about this. He is one read and one read only, and that's it. After that one read, he ain't the same. He's seeing ghosts. So I'm not too excited about that. And then he tried to say that he separated himself 10 days before the trade. So you mean to tell me in that Raiders game, Sam Darnold really outplayed Trey Lance? Now, Trey Lance did not have the best game. I'm not saying that he balled out. Did not have the best game. He almost threw at least 3 picks. He ended up with a touchdown that came off of another player. So I was like, all right, yeah, he struggled a little bit, but he was efficient in the game. He was 10 to 15, and he threw a touchdown. It's preseason. And then he's in there with the second and third stringers. It's not like he's playing against the best offensive line. And for one, I kept telling everyone, without the offensive line that we have, we pretty much our debt is not good. Anybody gets hurt in the offensive line, we set up for failure. And then, if that's the case, from what I remember, the two people that have played the worst in training camp is Brock Purdy and Sam Darnold. Trey Lance has outplayed both of them, whether he's with the ones, the twos, or the threes in training camp. So there's that. Now, to those people who say that I'm crazy for saying that Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch should be fired because of this, now you see exactly why I said that. You traded away 4 picks for someone who is no longer on the team. Not only did you trade him, but you traded him to our biggest rival in football. You trade him to our biggest rival for a 4th round pick, which technically means you traded away 3 firsts and a third for a 4th round pick.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
So all I gotta say is, if Brock Purdy is not the answer, and we don't at least get to the Super Bowl this year, I don't see why either one of those people still have a job. I don't see why Kyle Shanahan or John Lynch does. Now, I will say this about John Lynch. John Lynch is, I give him a lot of credit for some of the players that he's drafted, because he's the reason why we have Debo. You know, he's the reason why we have George Kittle. He's the reason why we have most of the best players that we have on the team. He's the reason why we have them. You know, he's the one that signed these players and everything. However, when they both got signed to become, you know, head coach and GM, people forget that Kyle Shanahan was hired as the head coach first before John Lynch became the GM. And the only reason why John Lynch became the GM is because he pitched the idea to Kyle Shanahan. And then he got hired. And in that deal, when he got signed to be the GM, Kyle Shanahan, his contract says that he is to sit in on GM meetings. So if that's not telling me that he doesn't control the team, then I don't know. Y'all be the judge of that. But all I'm saying is, I now have to root against Trey Lance because he plays for the Cowboys. So I'm hoping that he does not do well. Although I still want his career to be good, but he's with the Cowboys now, so there's no way in, you know what, I'm going to ever root for him when it comes to the Cowboys. Now, I would have felt better if we had Dak Prescott in this trade, but in reality, I knew that was not going to happen. So, like I said, I'm highly upset. I'm not happy at all, and I'm not the only 49ers fan that feels like that. So, trust me, if y'all see what I saw when that happened, trust me, Niner Empire was not happy at all. But that's my thoughts on that right now.
So first things first, you know, like I said, I watched the episode. I seen Dave's reaction live. He had to be composed because he had to do his job. So first of all, hats off to you, because I probably would have ended the episode. Let that had said Trey Lance for Dak Prescott, I'd have said, hold up. I know we got a few guests lined up, but I don't think I can finish this right now, Joe. I gotta go cry. Like, I'm gonna cry. I ain't even gonna cry in the car. I probably just had them come on in and be like, what's your expectations? What's next? Like, I ain't got nothing else for. But it's mighty funny, you know, the events of how everything just happened. It was some madness, it was some sadness, combination of both, you know. But first, another thing I want to say is, hey, Niner gang. What is it? Bang bang Niner gang.
Bang bang
Thank you.
Niner.
Donations.
Thank you. You know, a little
Gifts.
bit of more of them.
More gifts. More
That's what you gave us, man. That was a gift. One thing here is Dak Prescott was drafted. He was a 4th round draft pick. They traded Trey Lance for a 2024 4th round draft pick. Oh, look, you see what I said? More gifts, donations. So I got this one, you know, R2L, number 1 sports show on the tube. NTK Sweets and Treats, because that's what the 49ers gave us, some sweets and treats with that quarterback, is number 1 custom cake business in the DMV. You know, D'Amico Ryans has been gone. We'll show Dave. Cowboys still, Dak or bust, and Tomo. Oh well, it ain't Joe. I'm not reading those
Can I-
evil emojis
can I-
with
can
the
I-
hearts,
can
but
I-
shout hold on, I gotta finish it. Shout out to Kevo for the $9.99 super chat.
Donations.
He texting the driver, so he probably has some typos or something.
It's all good. It's all good. We understand the celebration.
Shout out to Kevo.
It's definitely Dak or bust. But go ahead. No, go ahead. Reply to that, Dave. Go ahead.
First of all, when it comes to D'Amico Ryan showing, do you not remember who was our defensive coordinator before D'Amico Ryan was there? Kev, don't comment on my team unless you know exactly what scheme we ran. We ran the same scheme.
Accusation. And
We ran the same scheme with Robert Saleh, and the defense looked exactly the same. The only difference now is that we have Talanoa Hufanga back there, and we have Mooney Ward. That's the only difference. We didn't have corners when we had Robert Saleh. Now we have a corner and a safety. That's the only difference. Go ahead, continue, Tomo. I just need you to reply to that because I'm sick of that.
All right. So where I was at, I was talking about the events because a lot happened. It was just crazy how all of this happened at the same time because the pivot episode came out with John Lynch. And he talked about what you said, Dave, about how he really didn't want to be a GM, but the guy from the owners from the Niners called him and he got him on the phone with Kyle. And Kyle said, nah, bro, go ahead. You can do it. Because basically Kyle knew that I'm still the GM at the end of the day. You just the face. Sounds like a Cowboy-esque type thing. The 49ers and the Cowboys are rivals because at the end of the day, they're almost like trading places here.
That's facts, though.
All have been in the media so long.
It's pissing me off how much it's facts.
I'm so glad that y'all beat us in the playoffs sometimes because this feels so much better when y'all come out and do the things that y'all do. Because it's like, well, the Niners is the best organization. They keep doing this. They keep doing that. Well, I mean, they're slowly but surely turning into us off the field because we can't seem to beat them in the playoffs on the field. So Jerry's like, take this. When y'all gonna pay Bosa? You still got that issue going on. And you out here trading quarterbacks. But let me talk to my Cowboy Nation for a minute. Dave, look, go ahead, smile, man. Go ahead. You see the comment. But let me talk to my Cowboy Nation and all these narrative drivers out here, right? If you believe that Trey Lance is going to take Dak Prescott's job this year, whatever you're smoking, let me bag it up and sell it because it's a recession right now and I need some money. All right? Because the kid is just bouncing back from that mental breakdown that he's having with the 49. You think he's just going to come out here and take Dak's job? Now, if Dak get hurt and Cooper Rush get hurt, then I can see Trey Lance taking the field. He don't even know the playbook yet. Y'all just say he just came from a confusing playbook. Now he's over here like, man, sheesh, they be quick to push Dak out of here. The same Dak Prescott, right? The same Dak Prescott that was drafted in the 4th round, like I said earlier. The same Dak Prescott that wasn't even supposed to be starting on this Cowboys team. He was the 4th string quarterback. They had a former safety ahead of him. At that time, it was Romo, Kellen Moore, Jamil Showers. Only person that probably know about Jamil Showers is college fans. I'm watch Carl gonna pop up and say something. If you're a Cowboy fan, you know who Jamil Showers is. But outside of that, nobody else know who Jamil Showers is. And he was starting over Dak. He was getting reps over Dak. It took 3 people to get hurt before this guy could start.
That's facts. That's facts.
He gets in the game against the Dolphins, goes 12 for 15, had 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. The world was like, oh, we got to steal. We got to steal. Now, do I see the same thing happening for Trey Lance? Possibly. But then that same preseason game led to Dak throwing for 3,666 yards, 23 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. 23 touchdowns and 4 interceptions from a rookie. Come on now. Everybody gonna be like, but it was Zeke. It was that offensive line. Hey, I seen a quarterback just go to the Super Bowl with the same situation with a better defense. But I ain't saying too much, 13-3 record. Went up against Aaron Rodgers. If it wasn't for a toe tap, Cowboys win that game. Now, this guy also has had a winning record since he started in the league. He had 1 8-8 season. Okay, Jason Garrett, 8-8. But he's also not just fighting against the opponents on the other side of the field. When this phone call went down, of course, he's going to come out and be like, well, what y'all going to do that for? So now that lets you know that the ownership upstairs truly never believed in this guy in the first place. Granted, of course, you want to cover your, what, But if you paying the guy who has a $60 million cap hit next year, why would you go trade for his replacement? And then the league already looks at him like, well, I'm not going to take on that cap number. So are you going to trade Dak? Technically, this is a put up or shut up year for Dak. It was already that before Trey Lance got here. Now you're also telling me that Mike McCarthy has to be better than Kyle Shanahan at being a quarterback guru. That's another boulder that you put on his shoulders. So there's a lot of silver linings in this. Of course, we have our future quarterback for the long term, but now you just added another bullet point on people's being like, well, this is why we don't like Dak list. So Dak, go out there and do what you've been doing all every time your back's been against the wall. You ain't like Spence. You have a plan B. You show up when it's time to show up as far as shutting the world up. Now do it in the playoffs, and we'll see what happens from here. But as far as Trey Lance, you're in a perfect situation, my man. You're in a perfect situation. You get to learn from somebody who nobody really likes. What just happened with the 49ers. You get to learn from a guy who had to take a starting quarterback's job. Same situation. You get to learn from somebody who knows how to win under all this scrutiny. The guy lost his mother, came back and won games. The guy lost his brother in the middle of a contract negotiation with the Dallas Cowboys. Still went out there and dropped bombs. His leg came off. His ankle was like on the other side of the field and bounced back. Hey, redemption stories all around, man. So Trey Lance, you in the perfect place. 49ers, I want to say thank you. This is not the win that I wanted from y'all, but I'll take it. Go ahead.
All right, before I go, shout out to Tay, man. This was a great comment right here. It's okay, Dad. You a little see another trade. I thought it was hilarious. All right,
No, Tay been doing something. He had another going that said the segment should have called Free at Lance.
There you go, Dave.
What's up? Hey, baby. What's up? What's up? You know, glad that you always support us. But as you can see, you're
She can flip your heart from where she's at. She's like, "You come on, encouraging words, no,
yeah. I need all the encouragement I need right now. I'm not happy.
Yeah, but jazz them up.
No,
Man.
you
Y'all
just
act like y'all don't understand. Y'all keep
right.
listening to Stephen A. You gotta hear from a Cowboy fan.
So look, y'all. Obviously, I don't have no dog in this fight. You know, obviously, no diss to Tomo, but you know, y'all know how I feel about the Cowboys and the 49ers. I don't have no real beef with them. I respect the 49ers. So look, first we start with the 49ers. Your boy John Lynch, I don't know, man. That press conference threw me off. Somebody asked him a direct question. I should have clipped it up. Somebody said, I mean, you know, Brock Purdy winning the job. We can understand that, but I mean, we saw every snap in the training camp, and Sam Darnold wasn't the clear winner of that. I mean, basically, like we saw Trey Lance win this battle. How in the world did Trey Lance not get the second job? So you're telling me, John Lynch, that this guy Trey Lance has a promising future. You saying that like his future is so good and it's bright. Sam Darnold is who he is, y'all. Let's get that straight. He's who he is. He's not getting better. What you see is what you're gonna get. All right. So if Trey Lance has got this promising future, why quit? That's what they did. Why quit on the individual who haven't even had a shot? I mean, the man played one game in a daggone flood that anybody could have played terrible that game. And the second game, he gets hurt because they constantly said, why are you running this quarterback up the middle? He gets hurt the rest of the year. So he hasn't really had his shot to prove that he's worth the position. A guy you traded 3 first-round picks for. That's what I don't understand. They quit on him too soon. But they made it seem like, oh, we try to find the best place for him. Why is Sam Darnold over him? All right, let's play now. Now, Tomo, I'm going to apologize in advance. This is not to you, okay?
Do your thing, play.
This is not to you, all right?
We got a panel tomorrow.
This was listen, I got to take my Commanders hat off and put my NFL hat on, all right? Jerry Jones, I give him his praise, all right? I gave him his praise on the show about being a GM. Jerry Jones, awesome move. Dak Prescott had Jerry Jones like this a few years ago, right? On the negotiation table, he had him like this because who was the replacement? Who was going to step in? Nobody. So he kind of had to pay Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott had all the leverage. Dak Prescott got a less, like they tried to sign him to a long-term deal. He's like, nah, I need a 4-year deal. Not that, like, dang, I should have signed that long-term deal. But anyway, but extension is coming up. That day is coming up. And Jerry like, ooh, let's get somebody to put some fire under this dude. Let me go get Trey Lance. Went and got Trey Lance. And now Dak Prescott has no leverage no more. I mean, zero leverage. Y'all wild. Zero leverage. All right. I mean, I said Jerry. Talk to Jerry about that pause and stuff. But so look, Dak Prescott. I'm sorry, I gotta revisit history. The reason why I think he's on a hot seat, yes, last 2 years, 12-5. Y'all been a good, great team in the regular season. You know, even though y'all lose, we over exaggerate. Y'all the Cowboys, but y'all went 12-5 last 2 years. All right, but when it's time for y'all to take the next level, y'all fell short every single time because of Dak Prescott. Because of Dak Prescott. This for one, Tomo. This for one. All right. In 2019, these are the last 3 times, David, I seen Dak Prescott in a make-or-break situation, and he folded. 3 straight years. 2019, he went against the Philadelphia Eagles. Both of them were 7-7. Week 16, whoever wins this game wins the division, gets to the playoffs. Carson Wentz, he had no receivers. Not one receiver that year had 500 yards. How? And what happened? They lose 17-9. They scored 0 touchdowns. They go into the 4th quarter with 8 minutes left, score 17-6. How did they win that game? And look, we all know what happened. You know, I didn't want to put up early so Tom could see it, all right? You know, y'all remember this? Y'all remember this in the 4th quarter? Look at this, David.
Yeah,
in the 4th quarter. In the 4th quarter.
He got plays, Dave. No,
are you serious? So that lost the game. All right, that lost the game right there. Sorry, it's not to you, Tom. No disrespect to you, right? See, then he gets hurt. Y'all look terrible. Commanders win the division. Shout out to Chase Young. 2021 against Davis 49ers. We talking about the number 1 offense in the NFL. Number 1. Dak Prescott brought the daggone touchdown record that year. Number 1 offense. Right? Go at home, wild card, super favorites. 49ers were not as good as they are right now. They were in 2021. They could contest that, right? And then what happened? What? Number 1 offense at home, 49ers. Look, in the first 3 drives, the 49ers score. First 2 drives, 3 and out. And then y'all score in the 3rd drive, running the ball. Y'all ran the ball 6 out of 8 times. When y'all ran the ball, y'all did great. But when y'all put the ball in Dak's hand, y'all did not do great, Tomo. And then punt, score 16-7 day. Guess what happened? Dak Prescott throws an interception in your own territory. Y'all scored, David. The score is now 23-7. Like, y'all was keeping them out the end zone, Tomo. The 49ers couldn't score. But that interception put them in field goal range, and they scored a touchdown. Debo Samuel, shout out to him. 23-7. And I will put up the play, but, you know, we all know what happened after that. Y'all lost the game. And it's because of Dak Prescott. Y'all had the number 1 offense that year. And then last year. Oh, my God.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Right?
How does come on us? It's about Dave moment.
Dak went against the Buccaneers. Balled out. Tomo was a Cowboy chilling. You know, he was.
You see the background?
He was balling. Me and Dave was like, okay, we saw that. But you got the 49ers now. We were like, hey, Dak, what you did was great. You don't have to be great at the 49ers. This don't be bad, all right? This don't be bad and win the game, and we're going to give you your praises. What did he do, Dave? He reverted back to what he did in regular season, led the league in interception. I mean, y'all were stopping the 49ers once again. They couldn't score a touchdown, field goal. But first of all, no points. Dak goes interception. No points, field goal. Dak goes interception. And then we all know how happened that final play. I got a clip for that all the time. I'm sorry. Hey, I got to show my man Zeke real quick, all right?
Why are you doing
this? Look at my man Zeke.
Stop it. Get some help.
I'm sorry.
Fired up for that NFC East final. I ain't never seen Joe do this. I ain't never seen you act like this before.
Not for you. But my whole thing is, they were a better team, but don't, like, those interceptions he threw were terrible. And then lastly, Tomo, here's my thing right here. Dak been running the NFC East. Running it. No competition. And the moment the feet start getting hot, Jalen Hurts walked through that door. All pro. Philadelphia Eagles, number 1 team in the NFC East. So now it's super pressure on Dak Prescott now. And the NFC is tainted and he still can't get to that big dance. So my whole thing is this year, you're right, Tomo. His job is not threatened. If he gets hurt, you never know. Trey Lance come in, ball out, you never know. But Cooper Rush will be number 2, though. But next season, Dak Prescott gonna be playing for the Atlanta Falcons, or he's gonna be on somebody's bench. That's all I gotta say. If he don't get his act together, he's gonna be on a terrible team, or he's gonna be on the bench somewhere at Chad Henne. Let's get it.
Dave, I'm glad Joe can make your day. I just can't. Worm not here, so I can't just sit up here as a Cowboy fan and let you rock like that, Joe. I can't let you do that. I can't. I'm sorry. First things first, Carl. Yes, it was a Cowboys touchdown record. It wasn't the NFL. He was about to lose his mind for a second. It was a Cowboys touchdown record. Yes, those last 2 years, of course, Dak let us down. That 2019 game, you need to watch the play before that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the play after that, Dak still let us down the field. So stop. Okay. So stop it right there. Stop it. That's all I got. I'm gonna let Worm defend this. The 49ers games mess me up, man. Every time I'm trying to defend Dak, when you bring up the last 2 playoffs, I'm like, I can't do nothing, bro. I can't. The proof is right there. But also,
Worm, why you keep saying Thursday? The plan was tomorrow, not Thursday.
But also,
I know, right? You see that?
yeah, but also, look, man. Trayvon Diggs had a chance to make a big play too. He let Kittle catch a bobbling pass. That's all I'm saying, though. That's all I'm saying. Michael Parsons came out and said, he's like, look, man, if the offense can't do it, then it's on us. We couldn't make a stop.
Is the offense what? What you say?
If the offense can't do it, then it's on the defense to do what? Without debate, when we talk about Jalen Hurts and his playoff run, that defense came and showed up. That run game. So when your quarterback not on, some other things need to work in your favor too. Now, that's all I got for y'all. I'm not going to defend him no more. Trey Lance is now a Cowboy.
I knew that was possible. I knew Warren. Look, I did that because I know I'm ready for Warren tomorrow. I'm ready for Warren.
Look. This was the face-off. I shouldn't have been here for that segment. You should have told me leave or something. Man.
Yeah, I'm still not happy. Even with that was a good moment, but I'm still pissed. I just all I gotta say. My last thing I gotta say about this: Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch, Brock Purdy better be the answer. That's all I'm going to say. He better be the answer. He looked great last year, and he has promise. The offense is catered to him, so there's no reason why he shouldn't be successful. I want him to be successful. It's not like I don't like Purdy, but he better be the answer. If not,
you're done, son. Hey, Dave, you had 2 doghouse nominees right there. Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch. Yeah.
The clip alone was I wanted to put him in the doghouse. He got up this one. I failed Lance. I'm like, come on, bro. You selling it now. You selling it. Kyle selling it.
I ain't rock with that press conference at all.
I didn't either. It told me everything I've been saying about Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch was absolutely correct. That's all I gotta say. So don't question me next time when I talk about my team. I know what I'm talking about.
Well, I mean, you got something else you might want to argue about. How they gonna get Drake May? They gonna lose.
Yeah, think
it. Hey, Carl, stop playing with me, bro.
He said, "I see the vision and trust the process."
No, Carl, they're gonna go trade us for DTR.
Look, man,
I'd rather have DTR than have Sam Darnold.
Hey, look. Well, actually, since we're talking about Drake May, right? Oh, now you say trade up. Okay. Since we're talking about Drake May, we got a lineup of shows that Joe gonna tell y'all about before we go into this.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.